Hello everyone, this is Joni, and I'm doing this recording to show you the daily sweep strategy and how I trade it. Okay, so let's get started with some price action from the 26th of May. Of course, our main priority here would be the Germany 40 index open, and that usually happens at 2 p.m. Vietnam time. It depends on really where your time zone is. So since I'm in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, my Frankfurt Open begins at 2 p.m. So I'll be watching what the 2 p.m. candle will be doing. After that, I'll be taking entries based from that. Okay, so let's first consider this piece of price action right here on the 26th of May. So from here, you will see that price have made a high right here and a low right here. Okay, so this will comprise what we would say as the range high and the range low. Okay, now let's move on to the next day, which is the 27th of May. Okay, so coming up at the 2 p.m., we'll see that price has hovered higher. And by the time it reaches 4 p.m., it already swept the previous daily high, which is this one right here. Okay. So that's what we're waiting for, a sweep of that previous daily high. Now, the A plus setup is when price runs or raids through that. You can call that a turtle soup or a raid or a sweep, whichever you want to call it. So once price rates that high, okay, what we're looking for is a swing failure, which means that price would go right back below that previous daily high. Okay, it wouldn't close above that, and it would close within the previous daily range. Okay, now there are other optional entries or other options for entries, and I'll show you the A plus entry and the B setups. Okay, the C setups usually I would skip, but I would always call it out in the group in case you want to trade it. But I'd always want to go for the A plus or the B setups the least. Okay, so in this case, this is an A setup. You see price rating within our time session from 2 o'clock to 11 p.m. So this time it's 4 p.m. candle, rates that previous daily high, closes back below. At this point, as soon as this candle closes, I'm already in. Okay, my stop loss just right above that swing high. And the next target I have, I'll be looking for swing points. Okay, swing points would be three candle pattern whereby the middle candle or the second candle um, in this case would be lower. You will see it'll be lower or has a low which is lower than the candle on the right and the candle on the left and the right here. Okay, so this is a swing point right here. Now there's another swing point right here. And finally, the previous daily low, which is also a swing point right here. Okay, now since I'm an intraday trader, I'd like to focus on intraday targets. And in this case, the closest one that I can see would be this one right here. Okay, so this one gives you a 1:3.3 risk to reward ratio right here. Now, it's up to you. You could enter two positions and you can take 70% of your position once it reaches here, and you can hold 30% of the position as long as it hits the previous daily low right here. Okay, that's giving you a 1:4.61 risk to reward. This would be the intraday target right here, and this would be the ultimate target, which is the previous daily low. Okay, higher probability. Okay, next probability. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Let's take these markings out and let's focus on the next one. Okay, so price makes a high, price makes a low. 26th of May was a range. Okay, 26th of May makes a high, it makes a low. Okay, from here, you will see that price has taken this, it rated this high, but it hasn't gone back right away. It didn't close below. This next one didn't go back. This one went all the way down right here, so that was too fast for us, okay? So in this case, we go on to the next day. Here's the high. Here's the previous daily low right here. Now here's another good setup right here. Price rated the previous daily high, okay, and immediately the next candle closed down below. This is a B setup, okay, a B setup. The first candle simulating a breakout, and then the second candle swing failure pattern would actually go and close back down the previous daily range. At this point, I am short, and the next candle stops right here, and I'm looking for the next swing point where I could take profit. So this will be the next swing point, and another swing point would be right here, which is a previous daily low. Okay, if that's the next swing point, then that would be a 2.88 to 1 risk to reward ratio. If you want to hold it the last 30% of your position, then that would give you a 1:3.72. Okay, let's take a look at more examples. Okay, so we have a high and a low swept during the Asia, so I'm gonna ignore that. Let's jump to the 4th of June, okay, where we have a high right here and a low right here. Okay, so this is another A setup right here, and you'll see that the 4 p.m. candle. Okay, so start 2 p.m. open, nothing happening there. 3 and then 4 rated that previous daily high. Okay, that's a swing failure pattern right here, close right back in there. Okay, at this point, I'm already thinking, okay, let me take a short right there. And then where is our potential target here or here? Or of course this next one and another one right there. Let's not forget this one, but there's this gap right there. So we could also consider that. But of course, the closest one would be right here. That's giving you a 1:4.72 risk to reward ratio. Now, in case you get stopped out, in my strategy, I would always have a 2 tries, okay? A maximum of 2 tries in case you get stopped out and your entries are still valid, then you can try a second time. It's fine. If you lose 0.5% and you win 1:4.72, then you've already covered all your losses right there. So this is 70% of your position. If you want to continue 30% of your position, then it's a 1:8.44 risk to reward ratio right there. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. Price making a high, price making a low right here, right there, and another one right here. Okay, we got a raid, but price didn't go back. Yes, it did end up going back, but this is not a B setup for me. So I would skip this, although it would end up going to where it's supposed to be. Okay, so I'd rather go with A plus or B setups. That's a C setup for me. Okay, so this one, the same thing. This one, okay, let's see, we got a high right there, and we got a low right here. Okay, so price at the 2 p.m. swept up. Okay, close right below. Okay, let's just make sure we are pretty accurate. Okay, so no close down below, but the next candle actually closed below. So the next entry right here, and our stop loss would be can be here. Let's see if we have a minimum 1:1.5. So in this part, this is the next swing high. I shouldn't have taken this one. Okay, so this one wouldn't be taken simply because the nearest swing point would be only giving you 0.96 to 1. So I won't be taking that. Okay, so the next one. Okay, so this and this low right here. Oh, this low. Okay, so I think this is an A plus setup also. Price rates the high. Next candle goes back into the range. Next candle entry. Okay, and where's your swing point? The nearest swing point is right here, which is at the previous daily low. Okay, so that gives you a 1:7.13 risk to reward ratio. That's erasing all of your previous losses. Okay, so I hope you get this strategy. Okay, let's look at the next piece of price action, which is pretty messy right here. Okay, 2 p.m. 2 p.m. already is above that, so that's not counted. So here's another one, 7 p.m. and then went back in there. But the thing is, we have a 2 p.m. sweep here. We have an Asian sweep. We have a 2 p.m. sweep, and then we have another one right here. So this is quite messy, really. But if you also take an entry right here, okay, and um, measure it at the closest possible swing point, you won't have a 1:1.5 minimum. So you'll skip that. Okay. So next one, let's go to the next day. We've got this high and this low right here. Okay. So at Asia, nothing happened. Frankfurt open, nothing happened. And then comes New York. We get a sweep of the previous daily high, automatically closed back, which is an A plus setup right here. We enter. This wick is protected. Then the next swing point target would be right here. And that's very next to your previous daily low. So it's either you target that, and I'm pretty sure it can also get that. So that's a 1 to 3.6 to 3 risk to reward ratio. Okay, I hope you guys like this strategy.